arriving home from preschool graduation, only to find that one of our daughters hadn't wore underwear underneath her sundress, and her reply was, "Oops, I forgot."
Well, my oldest son, the first one, dealt with constipation quite a bit, and so I can remember walking in Schlemmers and other places, public places, and all of a sudden we'd look back and I'd see these like little rabbit droppings behind us, and it's like, oh my goodness, how embarrassing is that? And you know, as a new mom and everything, that's super embarrassing.
The most rewarding part would be watching the actions of my children and seeing the positive things that we input into them, and how they output that with others, as far as helping someone when they fall down, or someone's crying and one of the kids goes over and hugs them.
But I think probably the most rewarding thing for me is to share in their joy when they have done something that they wanted to do or they accomplished a goal. I love, love, love to watch them, their joy and their smiles, and I wish I could be there for every of those moments, but I think that's really the most rewarding thing.
Oh, I pray every day that they, of course, find a cure for this debilitating disease that they have, but I also wish them happiness and success, and that they have an unbreakable bond with God.
Since the kids were even little, before they're born, I prayed that they would accept Jesus Christ, and each one of them have done that.
So many people probably don't know, but James and I have been trying to get pregnant. It was for about 1.5 years, and that might not sound like a long time, but for us it was month after month of heartache and finding out that we weren't pregnant about every 30 days. And so in March, right before Easter, I found out that I was pregnant, and we were shocked at first, and it took a while for it to set in, but for the last 3 months we have had to keep it somewhat quiet, because honestly one of our biggest fears was that we would lose the baby, just because of my medical past, and it's still a big fear of what's going to happen in the next 6 months. Is the baby going to be healthy? Am I going to carry it to full term? And then there's always the fears of like, okay, we have to be parents, like we have to raise a kid, we have to, you know, there's these questions that go through my head, like how am I going to teach them about what the Bible says about this, or what the Bible says about this, and how society takes a different spin on it, and the pressures of, wow, I've never thought of it like how my parents have raised me to what I believe in, my own faith walk, and what sort of how I take life. And it is a little overwhelming sometimes to think about that. So often I'm just like, okay, 6 months from now, I'll be a mom. Like when the baby finally comes, I'll be a mom. And I think that's a crazy thing, because as I've processed all this, I'm like, there is a little something growing inside of me. And when I first thought about it, I was like, there's a monster in there. Like, this is weird, and I am not sure about this. That freaks me out. But the more I've processed it, it's like, man, like God has chosen women to go through this and to get the experience of growing a child within you. And like that means that like I'm not gonna be a mom in 6 months, but like I get the privilege of being a mom now and getting to experience that now, and getting to see the baby on the ultrasound now, and get to see it move, get to see the heartbeat. It's a special thing. And so I'm excited for Mother's Day this weekend because it's kind of my first Mother's Day.
My mom taught me that being a mom isn't about the word mom. It's not about being a biological parent. It's not even about being a step parent. It's about being someone who is important in someone else's life. It's about that person that you're interacting with, no matter how old they are, what their social standing is in life, that you are providing them with a guidepost and a rock in the storm, that you're providing them with unconditional love, and that they know that there's always someone that cares about them.
Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there, and it's just wonderful being a mother and a grandmother, and God bless you all. It's a big task, but God gives us the strength to do it. So happy Mother's Day.
And this shirt with 4 children explains it all.
But now I just love every moment. Well, most moments.